All right. All right, so just going to wait for some people to jump in. Looks like we're live on YouTube now. Just going to double check a few things. Cool. What's up, man? Matt King. Ready to make some more money? All right. The DXY is still below the support level. See how it goes. All right, cool. We got some people in here. All right, so we're on trade number 2. Let's see. This time I'll make sure that when I enter a trade that I'll do it through the copy trader as well, so everyone else can jump in who is not able to watch. All right, cool. Let's see. I got my own little copy trader, not copy trader, 50K challenge tracker here, so you guys can know exactly where I'm at. So this trade, my goal is to put in a total of $92.95 based on the previous gains. Our aim is to get a 10% gain, or at least a 1% move in the market for each trade, but we had to close our trade early, and we got a 3.28% gain. What's up, Andy? Welcome to the party, man. Cool. All right. So, yeah. So $92.95 is how much I'm going to be entering with this trade based on the current balance we got. So it equals to about 90% of what the current balance is now after our first trade. We jumped in on my first trade was based on, I believe it was XRP that we were trading on. Let me take a look at my other thing here. I'm just going to pull up my charts on my other monitor so I can get quick access to it really. And here we go. Let's see if we can find our XRP trade. And then we'll start hunting for a new one. Sure, we'll find it pretty quickly just by looking at the chart. We'll have let's close this. Yeah, we were doing a scalp within this formation, if I remember correctly. Yeah. You can see our long position. In this chaos, yeah, we entered along after we broke this downtrending momentum within the bottom of this formation, and then we rode it to the top of the formation. Some people stayed in a little bit longer, but yeah, but I ended up leaving as soon as we lost this momentum here. All right, so where should we go next? I'm gonna pull up the chat here. What do you think about DODO USDT? Okay, sorry, just saying that out loud just sounds ridiculous. Let's take a look at that one here together. All right, so DODO USDT. Go to Binance. Daily chart first. I don't think I've ever charted this asset before. It's coming back down to its point of control. It's been in bearish price discovery mode. So it broke this downtrend resistance, came back up, hit this local resistance here, and now it's got trapped back inside of this area of interest. basically. Yeah, well, honestly, I'm glad that it broke its downtrending resistance. I don't know anything about this asset, by the way, so um, I don't know if there's a burning or a minting schedule that we need to be monitoring for the supply. But yeah, short term, it's looking bearish, like super short term. But right now is a time to prepare for a long, for DODO. Like I'm not going to be trading this. But let's see, if we go to the hourly time frame. I know I sound like a 4-year-old child just laughing every time I say DODO, but we got this downtrending resistance here we can watch. We're inside a demand zone, trapped inside this area of interest. And it looks like its momentum is evolving to go faster and faster until it gets to the bottom of this range. But yeah, right now it kind of looks like its name. It just looks like DODO. It's just not really performing very well. So for now, if you're looking for a position on this, you kind of want to wait for the confluence of this bottom of this interest area acting as support with a break of this downtrending resistance before thinking about entering a long or even holding the asset. Not financial advice, of course, but if I were to make if this was the only asset in the world, that's what I'll be waiting for. Just a recovery here and a break of this downtrending resistance. Nothing too crazy. Maybe DODO like the bird, yeah. Kyle, could we see what indicators you are using? Yeah, so I use the divergence indicator. It's literally no different than the RSI, except there could be scenarios where you are looking for divergence in the chart, like bullish divergence or bearish divergence, when you're preparing for a position for that additional confluence that it could spot out that you couldn't. So it's always good to have this one rather than the regular RSI. I got the Impulse MACD. I don't use it very often yet. I'll use it in Confluence to tell me when not to trade, when it flatlines. So whenever you see it flatlining, basically it means you're in a tight range. You should be waiting for a formation break before entering a trade because the low volatility can catch you in a bad position. And right here is a squeeze momentum indicator. And this can help with additional confluence with your trades. But honestly, I could trade with nothing but the order books and trend lines and the VPVR. The VPVR saved my ass quite a few times when I'm entering into a position. It'll prevent me from waiting for confirmation bounces when I know there most likely will not be one based on the data here, or it'll save me from, like, if I see like a local point of control, I'll know that there's going to be resistance there so I can prepare for that additional resistance. But if you're good at looking at the charts, you don't technically need the BPVR. It is a really good visual aid. The price action you can see on your chart can kind of give you an idea where the point of control would be, or the area of interest could be based on just looking at the price action alone. Like, you know that this is going to be a strong area of interest just by looking at this price action here. But the VPVR does help quite a bit with trying to identify the most relevant price action among everything here. So let's look at something else other than DODO. Anything else you guys want to look at? See, I'm going to look at what you guys think of some. Let's look at, let's see, Cardano. Yeah, because I remember, yeah, we did a trade hunting call this morning as well, and we're looking at Cardano approaching this downtrending resistance, and I just want to see how it reacted off of it. So this could be a potential short position. I'm at downtrending level resistance here. We are losing momentum, and we already had a 15-minute candle close below it. So technically this is a good short position here. Our stop loss location be right above the swing high. And it's a reactional take profit. But our 1 to 2 will be at the bottom here in this demand zone. All right, so I'm gonna be entering a short now. I'm just gonna pull it up on my BitGet here. Sec here, guys. There we go. Market. Yeah, if you're ever trading a new asset, make sure that you adjust your settings properly so that you're not set to cross or anything crazy like that. Short, we're doing 10x leverage. Market. We're doing $93 and $92.95. I'm just rounding it up to 93. All right, I'm in a short. Okay. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to monitor the current momentum that we have access to, which is just this here. Now we don't technically have a proper swing high yet. I'm guessing based on the current price action that we will likely get a bounce. Let's see here. Yeah, here at this local support, some resistance, support. So here we may get a bounce. If we get a bounce, I'm not going to react to this break of momentum. I'm going to see how we react to this area of interest here, where we might get a rejection. And then at that point, I'll start monitoring momentum. And then that momentum is going to define where I put my stop loss, when I start taking profits, and stuff like that. Unless this momentum that we currently have evolves, which would require us to drop pretty hard, pretty fast, but we'll see if we get that lucky. We're got in our Cardano trade. I'm going to look at Bitcoin right now, because Bitcoin is currently at support zone. We do not want it to pump against us, because Cardano does have a lot of Bitcoin liquidity. But if we get a rejection here, then it's going to favor our trade quite a bit. All right, and let's pull up the chat here. Which pair is this, please? Yeah, Cardano is what we're looking at. You want to look at ALU USDT, Alertra. I'll take a look at that while this is active here. So just so you know, Cardano might have a different swing high depending on your exchange. Make sure that it's in sync with the exchange's liquidity. So if there's a wick, if it's higher or lower, no matter what it is, you want to make sure you have your stop loss above it. Okay, so let's look at the other. We have another recommendation. So Sam Head's asking, what's the stop loss and take profit for the Cardano trade? So the stop loss location is at 37.60. The reason being is because it's protected by this downtrending resistance and the swing high here. So we get 2 levels of protection. And the take profit is reactional. We're doing a reactional trade right now, meaning We're going to look at this the demand zone that's local to us and use that as our target, because we're not trading off of formation, we're trading off of loss of momentum. So everything's reactional right now. So this is the momentum that we're following. Depending on if it evolves and we start having a large drop, then we can use it as a location to prepare to close about half our trade. But our ultimate goal is to try to see if price action will come all the way down to this demand zone here where we'll close our trade for a 1 to 2 risk to reward ratio. So we're risking to lose 1.08% at 10x leverage. So total of like 10%. So $9. And then we're going to risk that to gain 2.15% with 10x leverage. And I'm just going to look at my trade really quick. Yeah, I'm up about, not very much, just 1% right now. Yeah, I think this just, yeah. I couldn't enter this into the coffee trader very fast. I just realized that. Well, I'm doing $93 in this trade. I know it doesn't sound like much. It's just part of the challenge. So my goal is to basically bring a $100 account up to $50,000. All right, so now we're at this support zone that we were looking at before. See how it reacts to this. We could dissect it in the 5-minute and see if there's any double bottoms that form around this area. If it does, it will happen between now and the next 35 minutes. All right, so let's look at another one. ALU USDT. So any trade, this one's going to be for the 50K challenge, but any trades I do after this are not going to be a part of the 50K challenge. It'll just be extra money that I'll do with a different account. I found that trade pretty quick. Let's see here. I'm currently at 4%. 4.4, 4.7. So at the support level, I think I might close half. Let's see, we don't have a reason other than the support level though. Thanks, man. It's free money. The market's donating it to us right now. This is a good location to close half, honestly. So 3.93%. $3.82. All right, half is out. I got half out. 3.82%. But yeah, 3.82 divided by 2. So count value growth of 1.91%. All right, and then, so when you gain 3.82%, there's a few things you can do, but you have to make sure that the market accepts it, right? So we've got a 1.08% loss here. We gained a move of 3.82%, so divide that by, let's divide this by times, oh, my bad, sorry guys. I meant to do that in the calculator. I just want to see where I can move my stop loss to be at break even. Basically, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay. Yeah, still not comfortable with moving my stop loss yet. After the if we get another rejection, I'll move my stop loss to be at break even. Until then, I'm just going to look at the market and find another opportunity. So we had someone suggest, let's take a look at ALU, USDT. So there's gate.io. Is that right? ALU. Yeah. The only thing I can find is gate.io. I charted this before. Okay. So I definitely didn't act on this. I don't believe. Does look like I've traded it. Okay, I guess I've traded this before. Looking at price action, yeah, we broke out of this resistance that I've got drawn here. And I mapped out wick resistance because I believe, yeah, we wanted to see it act as support. So we had it act as support and we jumped up. And we recently lost momentum. So if you were in a long position, this would be your indication to tell you to get out, basically. For at least 50%. And your stop loss is probably around here. This is the daily time frame. You got about 45% gain at least. If you're reacting to this double top, loss of momentum here. Yeah, double top, confirmation rejection. Came down, yeah. And now it's in like short mode. So you're tracking this momentum here to dictate when you should be closing your short. We don't need this anymore. Anything else you guys want to look at? This chat's doing pretty good. No worries, buddy. We're to help each other. Kyle, when doing a trade, do I use 90% of my account at 10x leverage? With the, it's not like a traditional healthy trading practice to use 90% of your account. I'm just doing 90% with this challenge, starting with like $100. But yeah, with the challenge, I'm doing 90% of the account balance with 10x leverage. And the goal is to get it done in 41 trades. But there's probably going to be losses. I'm probably going to have some losses. So even with my win rate, I'm expecting like maybe 10 losses on our path to get 50K. Your Loki pranks on Discord. Oh, cool. What else we got, guys? Any other suggestions you want to look at? Preferably not a garbage coin that will, you know, crash or pump like 20% from a single candle. If you look at Dash, yeah, let's take a look at Dash. Okay, what chaos was I looking at before? Okay, I was just mapping out potential momentum that would block us from pumps. If I remember correctly, Dash is currently still stuck in a pretty big zone. Yeah. Still trapped in this area. We broke this down to any resistance. Got a confirmation bounce. It's looking like it had the same behavior of Bitcoin, but then it got trapped inside of this area of interest again. I can get rid of this noise. It's not really relevant right now. In the daily time frame, we got this downtrending momentum that we can watch. It's near local support. Bounce off of POC. It's not a move that we can do right now. Yeah, not for Dash. What you could prepare for, so I got this downtrending resistance being watched here, this momentum. We got this downtrending resistance. This is the daily time frame here. So this is not something you want to act off of on the hourly time frame because we have these hourly candles close above it. But here we have hourly trend that we could watch. It'd probably take a little while for us to break out of it, but it could, yeah, take roughly about a day. But if we get a strong bounce off this high interest level here, we break this downtrending resistance, you could be entering along. We have local resistance that you could watch right here. But once broken, if we get an hourly candle close above it, then we'll go into this valley right here and just basically meet this resistance. Be a quick move though. Similar to what you see here, just a quick move to the downside. Cardano melted through local point of control. So let's look at Cardano since we're all in on that. Sweet. All right. Still with us pretty strong. And that's the point of control that you're talking about here. So if we get I guess it's not that relevant on the 5-minute, but if we get some candle closes below the point of control, that gives the point of control an opportunity to become resistance rather than support. In that scenario, it would be a good time to start adapting your stop loss to protect your capital. Because when it comes to trading, once you enter into the market, your whole goal is to protect your capital first. That's your first goal with your stop loss location. So you want it in a location where you're not going to be wicked out as easily, so you're losing money for no reason. You want to have protected as much as you possibly can. So we have this downtrending resistance protecting it. We'll soon have this point of control protecting it, and we have this downtrending resistance protecting it. So your goal is to try to keep it so there's at least one level of protection, right? If we get below this point of control, that'll be a good opportunity for me to actually put this at break even. Immediately at break even. With this stop loss, you have like a $20 loss if stop loss is hit. No, this is about a $9 loss. I'm only using $93. Okay, so let's see, we got anything else we need to look at? So we had a candle close below this. So now that we have that occur, we have two things that traders will likely react off of. The point of control acting as resistance, and we have all this horizontal support that could flip and turn to resistance as well, pushing our trade closer towards our target. I was like 15-minute video. Oh, okay, with this stop loss, you have like a 20%. You might be talking about a different trade, I'm sorry. Is break even just above where the trade entry was? So break even, what I mean by that is basically moving your stop loss location to where your entry was, yeah. You won't break even on fees unless you close some of your trade, which I've closed half already. I closed half this trade already. If you didn't close half, then you're technically making more money than I am on this trade. My understanding is the same. You protect the stop loss on 50%. Yeah. Cardano broke out of a massive head and shoulders. Yeah, in the macro, maybe. Let's see. Let's go to the... Yeah, right here. Yeah, I was talking about it this morning, so there's scribbles all over it. My bad. But Cardano is like one of the easiest momentum-based trading strategy assets, sorry, that you could trade. We have this right here, the support levels are what you're looking at when you're talking about the head and shoulders. We got this here. We have not yet came up for a confirmation rejection, but we might not get one. Because where we had this candle close for the breakout was right at the bottom of this area of interest. So a scenario like that could pull price action through the valley and just consolidate at these little peaks of interest here. And for now, we're just scalping the moves between the macro drop. So when you're in a drop like that, especially with Cardano, you want to see which direction the momentum is going and focus only on trades along that momentum. So for now, we're only focusing on shorts for Cardano as it meets and revisits this level of resistance until it breaks. But once this breaks, you focus only on longs, just like this here. You'd only be doing long positions until this momentum breaks, which it did right here. Here, you'd only be doing shorts until this momentum breaks, which it did right here. You only need like 2 retests in order to define the momentum safely. Unless you get on in during the momentum break, then you always usually get a great position. Like here, for example, you'd still be in the short, but you would enter right about here. Getting in early on this head and shoulders. All right, let's zoom in here. It looks like we're getting some bullish pumps off the point of control. Let's go to 5-minute. Yeah, so we're revisiting the point of control right now. Let's see if it acts as resistance. I would get out immediately if the green candle here is in sync with this where the candle started here, because then it would have what's called bullish absorption and create a tweezer bottom, and it's way more likely to break this downtrending resistance. Too late to join Cardano? Oh yeah, it's too late. Yeah, we entered your risk to reward ratio would be a 1-to-1 if you entered here, and you don't have like if you were late to joining on this, you do it off a retest of this downtrending resistance. Like something like this coming down, or this. All right. I'm glad we found the trade a lot faster this time than compared to last time. I think our live was about 2 hours long before we were in and out of the trade. So we got Cardano's pumping off the point of view now. So this didn't act as resistance like we hoped. We're getting actually a bounce here, but we still have this downtrending resistance to protect our stop loss. I am going to move my stop loss though to this little swing high here, because by then, if our stop loss got hit, it would invalidate this drop anyways. Depends on how long you want to be in it, but yeah, personally I'll be out. 0.4% loss. Any other assets you guys want to look into that you could be trading that you want to look at? Solana hit your target this morning? Yeah, I think so. Oh no, you don't want to long off this, guys. Yeah, don't. It's not a possible long. Not enough confluence to long off something like this. Yeah, let's take a look at Solana. Yeah, we were talking about Solana this morning. Did it hit the target, you said? I don't think it hit the target. Oh, it actually came up and hit where our stop loss would be. And we didn't act off this, but we're looking at the support level, this location to get out. Oh, we got into this demand zone, which was part of our target. I guess that you could call that our target, but yeah, I didn't jump in on this one. Let's look at the 5 minute. Yeah, it's too young. Oh, it hit my target. There you go. That's awesome, man. Would you move it to the average true range? For Cardano, yeah. I wouldn't use the 5 minute true range. Let's see. I guess it's a short-term trade. Yeah, I guess you could adapt it with the average true range. Based on where it's currently at, it's actually a pretty safe location. Using the 5 minute average true range and just evolve it with that. But I'd make my adjustment of my stop loss every time we get a rejection off this downtrending resistance, though. Here we're getting this access resistance. Probably sitting at the screen staring at it for a while, so if you guys want me to look at something else, we can take a look. Jasmy, yeah, we can do that. Maybe we'll find something there too. Oh, we got an easy trade opportunity coming up. Let's zoom out. All right, so we got this momentum here. We can get rid of these. Adjust this to the new point of control. Let's look at the 4 hour. We got some macro bearish divergence. But yeah, we definitely want to see, let me just zoom in on this neckline really quick. So I can grab a, let's go to the daily. There we go. Yeah, just matching this red line to this these full body candles on the daily time frame to basically warn me if we get a candle close above this location that we could play off this double bottom structure. It's a pretty big pump if this were to occur. So we got this uptrending support, this neckline here to the support level. Put that on top of the neckline. And we got a target of almost 2 cents. 0.019. It's a huge move for Jasmy, honestly. That'll probably take a while to play out. 127%. But yeah, we need to break this horizontal resistance first. If we get a rejection here, then this, rather than this becoming a double bottom, would just be an ascending triangle. And we can trade off of the ascending triangle. Wait for this rejection, and then maybe get a short position in, so long as the confluence shows a loss of momentum. So pretty big trade opportunities coming up, because the gap between that resistance and the support zone is like, it's like 30% almost. So what could end up happening is we can maintain this uptrending support. In either A, we prepare for the break here and enter a long, or B, we lose this support level here and enter a short and use the bottom of the formation as our target. But yeah, this is the 4-hour time frame, so that's gonna take a while for it to play out. Super short term, like scalp trade opportunity, will be based off of this momentum here. If this momentum breaks, you can enter a long and react to local levels of resistance. I would love it if the opportunity came to us when we're at the support level. If we got a support bounce here, and then we broke this downtrending resistance, then I'm way more likely to enter a long. But if we were to do it in the middle of this range, we could break it, have this point of control act as resistance, and then push this down to confirm off of the momentum, which happens quite often, especially with like assets like Cardano. Get confirmations off the momentum break. Does that help you with the Jasmy? Or do you have any other questions about that before we move on to something else? Yeah, sorry, you're a little bit late. We just went on the Cardano trade. I decided. But this Jasmy setup looks great. About an hour and a half left of this drop. Let me double check that actually. Let's see if I did that right. Yeah, about an hour and a half to maximum 2 hours and 45 minutes. So a little ways to go before we see a shift in the momentum. Thanks a lot. All right, cool, no problem, man. All right, let's see how Cardano's doing. Consolidating, just like it did over here. Got trapped in this little box, this little area of interest. So a lot of traders that actually would close immediately when we get to the point of control, but there's always a chance they could break it. I'll be out no matter what if we lose this momentum here. But sometimes we have to revisit it in order for us to correct. Matic, yeah, we can take a look at Matic. I'm going to Jasmy short from 0.007366. Nice, we'll take a look at that after we look at Matic. See how your short's doing. Matic, we were looking at, so I was preparing for a long opportunity with Matic. If we broke this downtrending resistance and confluence with a bounce out of this demand zone, but we're actually getting some full body candles printing below this, so it's not a good sign. We just lost this horizontal support, but this will be a continuation. Yeah, we were looking at it on the hourly, I believe. We broke this downtrending descending triangle to the downside, and this is like acting as a confirmation rejection to this horizontal support flipping as resistance. And now that we lost this, yeah, we're still on our path towards the target of 88.98. And we can actually start monitoring this momentum too. Nothing too exciting. Nothing that I can actually act off of right now. I'm kind of late to the party. If I were to enter off of what we're seeing... Oh, this is not a good trend line. What's back here? Oh, we don't need a monitor right now. It would, yeah, I would enter a short maybe if we lost this demand zone here. It's 6% move. Broadening wedge, momentum break W. Yeah, nothing yet. Oh, sec. I'm gonna put myself on. Oh, that's okay. Thought my daughter was freaking out for a second there. Yeah, where do you guys want to go now? Where do you want to look at next? Cardano's trading sideways. We got probably 25 minutes before it actually meets the resistance again. On the 5 minute. Oh, we can look at that. Yeah, we can look at the 5 minutes for Matic if you want. Oh, so you're anticipating a double bottom. If we break this momentum is what you meant. I gotcha. Yeah, that could definitely happen. That would save Matic from further drop. We met this local resistance. But yeah, we definitely need a double bottom for the momentum that we need in order for us to get back up here. Yeah, good call, man. What kind of risk are we looking at, though? So our goal would be roughly around... You can either enter off the break of the neckline or break this downtrending momentum, but depends on what comes first, because sometimes you'll have, when this momentum breaks, the candle that you're waiting for to print could close right above the neckline. But let's say we entered here. Stop loss will be roughly around here. You'd have to react to this interest wall right here. I'm assuming that's when you look at the order books for Matic that there's going to be a sell wall roughly around here at 92.80. So just be prepared for something like that. If there is no sell wall, then awesome. We'll get caught back inside this area of interest and prepare to close the trade at the point of control. Or at any local downtrending resistance like this. Yeah. AGIX still going down. Is it going to bounce back? Let's take a look. Jasmy still dancing there. AGIX USDT. I think I was asked to look at this before. Oh yeah, parabolic curve. Oh wow, okay. So we don't have any, so it's in price discovery mode right now. Yeah, VC's got in on this one. They sold on one here. So the problem with price discovery mode, when an asset is dropping in 2 levels it's never been in before, which is very, very common when an asset is created during a bear market. And this one was created February. So, yeah. Detecting support in areas of price discovery, you have to look at psychological support levels, so rounded numbers, which is why I'm assuming this level held for so long. It's around 30 cents. It held this for a little bit, and then we got rejection. So what you want to prepare for if you're looking for a long is look at all the levels of downtrending resistance. So I got 2 mapped out here. So here you can expect a short-term recovery when we break this downtrending resistance. And then you have to prepare for this downtrending resistance to block the price action. So this is where you would actually prepare to close your trade. But if we end up breaking past it, a recovery in my eyes for this asset is when we get back above 30 cents. Until then, we have to break 2 levels of downtrending resistance before we can get up there. So yeah, I wouldn't say there's no indication of a bounce back yet until we break this downtrending momentum. Can you look at cake, please? Yeah. Cake. A little too early to be looking at cake, but we can. This doesn't stop dropping. Oh yeah, this is what I was hoping for. Double bottom. But when we met the neckline, we lost this momentum. Instead prepared for a short. Now, cake is a great asset to short because of its minting system. It constantly mints to provide rewards when people provide liquidity to the exchange. On Fridays, you watch cake for potential pumps because that's when their big burns usually are. But man, this is the lowest Bitcoin cake's ever been, eh? Yep. Crazy. You typically want cake to range like this so you can actually stake it without risking to lose money. But this is like news event crash worthy. Anything? The rewards were reduced. That's why. So about 6 days ago, PancakeSwap had a drop of 20% after they reduced their rewards. If you guys are familiar with Cake and PancakeSwap or decentralized exchanges, you can actually provide liquidity to allow people to trade on a decentralized exchange, and by doing so, you get trading rewards of a certain percent value, and then you get paid that in Cake tokens, and then you can use those Cake tokens to earn third-party tokens, and then you can use those third-party tokens to either you cash them out or you can trade with them, whatever you want to do with them. But the goal is basically to help provide exposure to those assets. Yeah, Cake, there's the same kind of scenario as what we were looking at before with AGIX. It's in discovery mode for its price action. Historically, this would be a great time to buy, but you don't want to buy unless you have a confirmed reversal, right? You don't want to buy and then it just continue to go down, continue to go down. So same thing. We're watching this downtrending momentum here. Wait for it to break to go to the upside. Now, Cake has a ton of BNB liquidity, so as BNB fails too, Cake is going to go down. So use that with if you're someone who trades this asset, make sure you have a BNB chart open all the time. I wonder what you make of Bitcoin's price action on the daily. Seems pretty bearish on the daily. Yeah, we can look at that. Do you have any more questions about Cake before we move on? Yeah, that's pretty sad. All right, cool. I think you got it. So let's look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's slow and boring, but we go to the daily time frame. I am actually kind of concerned that we're going to go back down to 25K, and this is why. So on the daily time frame, we're inside of this ascending channel ever since we confirmed it when we broke this downtrending level resistance on the daily here. Way up here. Confirm bounce. Confirmed this range. And now where the heart line is, see this area where we had lots of resistance, support, 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 and then we just lost the heart line support here where this dotted line is. And what we want to see is this demand zone maintain its support. And if it doesn't, then the next level we have to look at is 25,250 roughly, where this uptrending channel support level is. But if we get a bounce around here, this would be a great entry for long. If we lose this, I'm actually going to probably close my trade that I've been in since 16,900. This will be that'll be it for me until I see another reversal for a better entry. But yeah, that's what I make of the daily time frame. I hope that helps you out. It's looking bearish, closing. We still have 6 hours, but a close below this neckline. I mean, this heart line is basically going to represent a continuation of this drop. For the hourly time frame, this is the heart line right here that we saw on the daily. And we could break this if we find support off of 28,150. We could come up for either A, a recovery, which would have to happen within 6 hours, or B, a confirmation rejection, which would happen after 6 hours. Jasmy broke momentum on the 5-minute chart. Okay, so yeah, when we were looking at the 5-minute chart, for Jasmy, I didn't want to enter because it was in the middle of a range. I wanted it to be at the bottom of the range before entering a... So Jasmy here. Zoom in on the hourly, double click. Yeah, I would prefer if it came down to this support level here. We could get a rejection here. And if we get it, so I don't want to enter in the middle of this range, but if I were to enter off this range, it would be based off of this rejection. If we get a rejection here, we have this honored as support again, come back up and retest it. We'd have an inverse head and shoulders, and I would enter it off the inverse head and shoulders until we hit his target. But I wouldn't enter just off of this momentum break personally because of where it currently is. Because down here, we'd have that extra bullish confluence to push it up. But for now, I would only enter if we had a formation dictate its reversal, and that would be the inverse head and shoulders that we're currently forming right now. And it's also the 5-minute time frame. I don't normally act off the 5-minute, but I'll dissect in the 5-minute, but I don't normally act off of it. Yeah, good call though. Thanks for pointing that out. Because we might have an inverse head and shoulder structure to trade off of. Let's see. All right, we're getting a push down on our trade here. I'm gonna mark where I closed half just so you guys know where I'm at. Just want to be transparent. All right. We're already an hour in. That's crazy. I could trade for 10 hours and not realize how much time has passed. The average true range is in the profit zone now. Nice. So if anyone's using the average true range to dictate where to put their stop loss, then it's a good time to be in the profit zone. Kindly check Pepe and Floki. Yeah, we could get some last kicks. Can we draw a new momentum line for Cardano? If we close and create a new lower low, I would definitely start monitoring the evolving momentum, yeah. If you don't close below this, then it's still valid as it currently is. About 2 minutes left before we can create a new one. Good question, by the way. Let's see. Okay, so I got asked to look at Pepe. Fucking bleh. Yeah, there's another. I'm gonna wait for. This one could be evolving soon too. Pepe. Have you guys been trading this? Like I haven't touched this. It's Pepe with 2 E's now, right? Why isn't it? I thought it was just one. It doesn't have a logo yet on most of these exchanges. Let's look at BitGet because they have 213% reserve, so safe to say that they won't have any liquidity issues. Pepe. Okay. Yeah, we're looking at this rejection here. Loss of momentum. I don't even remember doing this. But yeah, then we got, we broke this down, trending momentum. Early warning sign to tell us get out of the short. This looks like such an easy asset to trade, though. I might actually start trading this. I can see why people are in on it. Just watch the momentum, guys. Double top. Yeah, double top break. We could enter in on this loss of momentum here. Could have got out early. Here. Just back and forth. Pepe is just dropping right now. So if you're not in a short, then you're basically, there's no opportunity for you. 88 plunge, reaction will take profit. Oh, we hit our target, our support zone. Yeah. I think it's good to close 75% of this trade, guys. Yeah, I'm going to close 75%. Yeah, okay, Cardano, let's see if anyone had a limit order set up at the support zone, then you're out. Congratulations. So long as it's, in sync with your exchange's price action, but I'm going to close. I'm up 14%. So, yeah. 14% divided by 2 because I closed half up here, but great job, guys. Close. I'm going to close the whole trade. All right. I love BitGet sounds like cha-ching. More money made. Okay. All right, so I'm going to adjust this to be here. And I close the full amount, guys, so right about here. Awesome trade. Second trade. Second win. I can leave the live open for a little bit. Do some technical analysis with you guys. No, it wasn't a percent. I was going to do 75% of my position, but I decided to close the full amount because of how it reacted to this demand zone. I think this is the best price. We might get lucky and see the price action come back down and revisit it again before breaking this downtrending resistance. But I don't want to be greedy. 14% is a great trade. You made more than what the bank will give you in, 5 years. So another clean and easy trade. Yeah, that was clean. Exactly. Yeah. That's what I want to do with these the 50K challenge trades. Is just only pick the easy mode trades, right? There's no, like, a lot of people will jump in on any opportunity that's given to them, but you don't need to. You can just focus on the ones that provide you the easy results. If you have like one level of resistance or support that goes against you, then that's fine. But if you have like 5 or 10 or something stupid like that, don't even take the trade. There's no point. You're just stressing yourself out. Look for a different one. There's hundreds of assets, and you can always, stick to like 5 assets is what I recommend, and just go circle through those 5 assets and see what opportunities you can be provided, and just pick the easiest one and do that once a day, and your account will scale like crazy. But the mindset with most people, unfortunately, is they're trying to get that trade, that one trade that will make them $1 million or something stupid like that, or like 100 grand or something like that. But it should be that the safest way of doing it is just by compounding off of a bunch of easy trades. And that's why the 50K challenge is just based off of 41 trades, right? Rather than one crazy fucking trade. All right. So yeah, Floki. You want to take a look at Floki? Let's take a look at that. Did everything you did and only got 4%ish. What? Yeah, we'll have to look at your. I know you're a member, so shoot me a DM on Discord, and we'll audit your account and see what happened. I think KuCoin is more expensive or something. Only made 9% ultimately and followed the trade from the beginning. I got you. I made 13% off of the 50% remaining of the account. So about 6.5% off that remaining amount. Yeah, 9%. You made more than me then. Still good either way. So yeah, I'm just gonna do a quick look at any of the assets you guys want me to look at before closing the live event, and then I'm gonna try to do this tomorrow as well. You're at 16% on BitGet. Good job. You're using more than 10x leverage. But yeah, I'll take a look at some assets for you guys, and we'll do this again tomorrow. Make some more money. Let's see, where's my primary chart? Oh, wait, I got something drawn here. What I got drawn here for? Oh, okay, figuratively. I was preparing for a long here. Oh, we lost that support even further. Crazy. All right, let's look at Floki. I haven't looked at Floki in a year. Let's do KuCoin, I guess. KuCoin doesn't have very good liquidity. Well, yeah, I'll take a look at KuCoin. Yeah, I don't like this. All right, let's go somewhere else. Floki, USDT. Let's go to Binance. Definitely not. What's happening here? It's not. Floki's a lot older than that. Yeah, we'll just go with KuCoin then. What's that, guys? A second. Yeah, I had my door open, so you guys are probably hearing the neighbor's lawnmower driving you crazy. All right, so Floki, crazy pumps on the daily, then retraces. Nothing really to act on other than a break of this downtrending resistance here. We had a wick retest, 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 retest. We haven't had a full body candle close above this trend line, so the moment we get a full body candle close above this, you would enter a long with this local resistance you got to watch. Local resistance here. And you can see that they're at the beginning of this area of interest. So that definitely watch out for these local levels of resistance along the way up, where you might see consolidation build a formation, like a double top or head and shoulders, and then you use those to dictate your exit. And then, of course, once you get your first swing low off of the pump to the upside, then you can start monitoring the momentum. And then that will tell you whether or not you should close a portion of your trade or the full trade. But nothing to act on right now. I have to go walk my cats. All right, have fun. Thanks, Kyle. You crushed. No problem, man. Tomorrow, same time? Yeah. Doing 12:30 tomorrow. I'm just gonna double check one thing. Forex Factory. I don't think there's a meeting tomorrow or anything like that. I just want to make sure that we don't trade during. Tomorrow's the 9th. Yeah, nothing to worry about. CPI comes out on Wednesday, so we might have. What's the forecast? Okay. So we might have low volatility tomorrow in reaction to this. But still, can we look at Energy Web Token? Yeah, we can. Sure. Yeah, good thing we got out. Fat green candle. All right, so let's go over to here and Energy Web Token, my favorite range trading asset. Oh, look at that whipsaw. Crazy. A little doji. Yeah, Energy Web Token is probably by far one of the easiest range trading assets that are out there. I've traded this since like day one, basically. Like since the day I became a trader, I've been trading Energy Web Token. I think I drew this inaccurately though. What is going on with this downtrending resistance? I think I drew this downtrending resistance in auto mode instead of logarithmic. Still way down. We're about to get inside of this range again, and this range, I think I made I think I tripled my account that I was trading with the last time we were here, and then this formation was like telling us that we're about to leave this range, so prepare for the exit there. And now we're revisiting again. And the last time we were here, we were trading it for sideways for 60 days almost. And we just confirmed the support and resistance in the single candle already. It's nuts. So basically, when you're in range trading mode, we have to first confirm the support, to be honored. And I don't typically like doing that unless there's a break of momentum. Like, I don't consider it confirmed until there's a break of momentum. So we still have a few days left. But yeah, but 12. Fuck, man, it's 12 days. Could probably find some opportunities within the 12 days, though. And here, you definitely want to wait for, if you see a break here on the daily, you definitely want to look for a long opportunity. But the downside with Energy Web Token is that you can only long it because it's only available on spot. So what you want to do is monitor downtrending resistance most of the time, right? And when it breaks in confluence with the support bounce, you always want to wait for the confluence of the support bounce of the local range. So this right here is mapped out from a previous support zone. So we get a bounce here and a break of this downtrending resistance, I'll be entering along and preparing to exit at the top of the range up here. There's two strategies to trading Energy Web Token. One is just simply using full body candles for your resistance, which sometimes gives you a better entry, but I'd recommend drawing the wicks as well, because a single moment where price action gets above this, you can enter your long if your hourly candle hasn't closed yet to validate the long position. You don't want to eat up too much of your profits, because when Energy Web Token pumps, it just goes right up. Like, it doesn't really, you'll never see confirmation bounce. It's really rare. And that's because most people who trade Energy Web Tokens are people using grid bots. So like the same support and resistance levels are honored over and over and over and over again. So the pumps are usually pretty strong. But yeah, right now, nothing yet. I'm going to have to remove the average true range so you can actually see a little bit better, because this wick is kind of confusing. Confirmed the top of the range already, and we are likely going to have a slow depressing drop to this support level, but prepare for a long when it breaks this downtrending resistance right here, and be mindful of the wick resistance. But if we get a candle close, or even just even for a moment get above this, then it's going to be a great long opportunity. And you're going to miss the days where it's up here, but this little range, guys, it's 20%, if I remember it correctly. It's been a while since it's okay, it's about 13%, I think. Oh yeah, 16% move. Yeah. Energy Web Token does not follow Bitcoin at all. Not really. No. It has its own relative strength. Its own relative strength is probably created due to the fact that a lot of people range trade it. So the money flow in and out is relatively unique. And most of those grid bots are on Qcoin too. All right. Yeah, so nothing to jump in on for Energy Web Token. Probably for, this is 4 days, so probably the next 2 days. Normally we wouldn't squeeze that far down with Energy Web Token. Anything else you guys want to look at? Well, you got me. No problem, man. No, you guys are quiet right now. You shorted 2/3 of that drop. Nice. Cardano is continuing going down. Evolving momentum here. Yeah, so if anyone's still in this, I'm not, but here's another. Yeah, the momentum evolved a little bit from the steep drop. Easy trade. Let's try to get this challenge done with 100% win rate. That'd be great. All right. I think I'm going to shut it down for now, man. Your guys, everybody, whoever's viewing. But if, yeah, of course, if you guys want me to look at anything and post it in the Discord, give you new signals so you can get to the complete the challenge yourself a little bit faster, you can. Yeah, we just officially hit where my short position tool was mapped. Everything is melting. What about render? Render, I was in, yeah, we were in a trade this morning on render. Closed. I actually was forced to close that position because of an issue I was going on through with my BitGet account. It was set to copy trade. So whoever used the copy trader on BitGet was entered into that trade this morning, and it wouldn't let me close it unless I closed everyone's trade. It was weird. I just didn't want people to be in a trade that they didn't really ask for, so I got out of it. There's Energy Web token. Let's look at render. I'm pretty sure it went against us after. Yeah, so we were looking at a long. And we wanted to get out. We lost this momentum. I was forced to close it, luckily at a profit. Yeah, so here we're dancing above this neckline. We got in around here. Let's do it in the 5 minute because we entered in off. Yeah, so I got out around here. It was completely coincidental though. It wasn't because TA said it was, but technically this would be the time to prepare to close off this momentum loss. Especially when we lost this neckline support. Now it's like, yeah, it's going against. This direction is pretty hard now. Strong swing highs. It's creating like a broadening wedge. Nothing to act on right now. The next move I would wait for with render is this downtrending with level resistance break here. Unless this momentum evolves, of course, then you can start mapping out that momentum. Similar to what we're seeing here. Bitcoin now to 25K. No. Maybe. Oh, shit. Look at that. Okay, maybe. So we got, yeah, we lost this support level that we're looking at. Yeah, the daily time frames, especially if we get a candle close below this uptrending heart line here of this channel, then yeah, the next level I'll be looking at is between 27,000 and 26,500 in this demand zone. If we break down trending resistance and confluence with us meeting this demand zone, then it'll be a great long position. And then just be mindful of this downtrending resistance. It'd be more of a longer term trade. But if we lose this zone, then the next location I'll be looking at is at 25,200 roughly, where this uptrending channel starts. If I go zoom out, if you weren't a part of the call before or ever seen this chart before, this is where the uptrending support began. And if we lose this channel, then I'm closing my my macro longer term trade that I started around 16,900. But yeah, it's looking pretty bad short term. Is Cardano breaking daily support? Bitcoin can melt. I'm in 3 shorts. Nice. Good job. Congratulations, man. Cardano break daily support. Yeah, it did. This is our support level right here. Support, resistance, resistance, support, 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 resistance. And we're at it again here. But we haven't closed below it. 5 hours, 6 hours left before we close below it. Yeah, we just stayed along with momentum, we would have made more money. Yeah, that's like a raw 4% move. Been 40% gain. Yeah, that would have been 40% gain. That's all right. There's 100 more. There's billions of opportunities coming, so don't let it emotionally screw you up. Your AGIX just made a big drop. Let's take a look at AGIX for you. AGIX USDT. Yeah, that's gross. Yeah, just a big fat red candle. Well, let's 5-minute second. Yeah. What percentage is that from the support zone here? 10%. AGIX is in the Cardano ecosystem, so I imagine its price is tied closely to Cardano. Could very well be, depending on how they devoted their liquidity pools in the decentralized space. So if we go, I would probably say that you're right, though. I don't know why it's loading so slowly. Come on. AGIX, USDT. Oh, we don't need to do it that way. AGIX. $4 million in liquidity for AGIX, for Cardano. Has some Ethereum liquidity as well. Not nearly as much. But yeah, you're right. There's mostly Cardano liquidity. There's no... A lot of people are selling. Is it one singularity? Yeah, it is. Okay. Markets. Yeah, it's got a lot of stable coin, a little bit of Bitcoin, but mostly Cardano liquidity. So if you're mapping out AGIX, you want to have a Cardano chart open at all times, like around here on the top right hand side where you can see it on my screen. You can just literally select layout, click on this here, and if you're mapping out your Cardano chart, anything with a lot of Cardano liquidity you'd have on the right hand side here. So you can watch Cardano live while you're trading the other asset live. It'd be a lot safer for you to. You basically just use this as an indicator to see where Cardano's going, so you know what kind of influence it's going to have over your altcoin trade. Yep. All right, guys. I'm gonna head out. Another successful trade. I'll update the description of this video so that you can keep up to date with all the links and stuff like that, with where I'm at in the challenge, my charts, and then if you're someone who's looking to join InvestiShare, we'll get a coupon code down there for you as well, so you can get more trades, and they're other than just the ones that you're seeing here in the live event. Yeah, big players are clearing, chasing all the leverage positions. Yeah, the liquidation chart probably would show us a lot of people being liquidated right now at their long positions. But there are, in weighted value, there's more open interest in shorts right now. There's more people actually in shorts than there are in long. Yeah, the funding rates, oh, they're positive now. Okay, so the funding rates are positive now, at least on Cardano. So we might see a bullish reversal coming up very soon, within the next 5 hours. All right, guys. InvestiShare is the best trading community out there. Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.